Our next speaker is working on her dynamic leadership path. Tonight's speech is an elective project from Level 3, Connect with Your Audience. So, let's give a warm welcome to Sabina Shapiro and connect with her as she presents a round of applause. Sabina Shapiro.
Everybody, how about a round of applause?
Yay.
How about a little louder? Actually, how about a standing ovation? Now look around the room. Those applause and this standing ovation is for each and every one of you. When was the last time you have celebrated yourself, your accomplishments, your life, and who you are? When was the last time you've given yourself credit for being who you are, where you are right now? You may sit, but this standing ovation was for each and every one of you, because you deserve it. I used to have a very dark period where I would wake up in the morning and my house was a cave. Every single blind was shut, plantation shutters were closed, everything that could have been dark, no lights were allowed, my bathrooms were caves. I like darkness. I like black clothes, I like black makeup, I like black nails. Everything was dark and so was the inside. I didn't know that there was anything wrong with that. I thought that's normal. I thought I lived my life based on the fact that I do right things. You get a job to pay bills, right? You rescue cats, that's the right thing to do. You become a police officer because you want to do better for everybody else. You go back to college and get the degree because that's what everybody says you're supposed to do. You just go through life doing right things. And I thought doing the right things was the right thing to do. And I never thought about it once that I am doing those things for me. It wasn't until I gave myself credit for everything I've accomplished that all of a sudden the blinds opened up and the sunshine came in. I redid my house. Everything is white and beautiful and like a European modern Swedish spa. And I love it. I love when the light comes into my house. When I have my coffee and I see the birds outside, the greenery, it makes me happy and it totally changed my attitude about everything. And now it's not about doing the right thing for others, it's about what's good for me. And what was the breakthrough? What was the breakthrough that made me realize that I need to change my mindset from doing the right thing to giving myself credit for doing the right thing? I used to train police officers. That was the thing that I did for 10 years. I had this young man named David Delgado who was such a character, terrible driver, barely spoke English. God, I spend all my time at the library teaching him English just so he can pass these interviews that pass you to the next level to be a police officer because he wanted it so bad. After everything was done, then he passed. I was doing an exit interview with him and he said to me, FTO Shapiro, there's one thing that you said to me during our time together that really meant something to me, really made me see you different. And I said, Delgado, you asked a million questions. I don't remember what you said or I said what was it? He goes, well, we were driving back from the jail and I was driving terribly because that's what I do. And we were talking about the call, we were talking about the arrest, we were talking about what happened. And you said that you're the best trainer. Well, yes, I am. He goes, yes. But I said to you, man, be humble. And you responded, be humble? Are you crazy? I've been humble for the last 12 years. I deserve some credit for being amazing, kicking ass, teaching you, and helping you pass the stupid program so you can be in your dream job and a police officer. He said that changed his life forever. He was like, holy never thought about it that way. She worked all these years to get to this point to help me, and she deserves the credit for it. So when my mindset changed, I realized going back to school was amazing. It wasn't because it was the right thing to do for my parents, who were really proud their 36-year-old daughter got a college degree after failing. It was for me. I walked by my diploma and I'm like, yeah, I paid cash for this one. I didn't take a loan. It feels really good. I walk into my bright rooms and I see my awards. And they used to just collect dust. And now I look at them and I go, I did that. Yeah. Over the last years, I've stacked up these Officer of the Months, these awards for most tickets, these awards for most something. I have a ton of them. And I did it. Nobody told me to do it. Nobody pushed me to do it. I did it because it was the right thing to do, but it was the right thing to do for me, to move me. So let me ask you a question. When do you give yourself a mental warm hug and celebrate yourself? I'm not talking about birthdays with families, Thanksgiving where you overeat, Christmas where you get hugs and kisses, Hanukkah when you get 8 crazy nights of wine and love and little tiny trinkets. When's the last time you really thought about what you have done for yourself, how good you are, and give yourself that mental hug? Give yourself this applause and that standing ovation that you deserve for just being you. Mr. Toastmaster.